Welcome to Pratibha Virtual Classes. Today we will learn about the queue implementation using the array. Array implementation of the queue. In this session we will learn about the what is the queue, how to implement the queue using the array and program to implement the queue using the array, and what are the drawbacks of using array to implement the queue. What is the queue? Queue is the linear data structure which follows a particular order to perform the operations, and it follows the FIFO, that is the first in first out order. That means the first element that is added to the queue is first one to be removed. For example, people waiting in line for the railway ticket or cinema ticket or etc. are the examples of the queue. And this is the non-primitive linear data structure. Queue has the two ends, one is the rear and another is the front. And front points to the beginning of the queue and rear points to the end of the queue. So, as the comparing to the stack has the only one end, that is the top. From the top only we can insert or delete the elements from the stack. But for the queue, it follows the FIFO property. It has two ends. One is the front and another is the rear. Front points to the beginning of the queue and rear points to the end of the queue. Queue can be implemented using the array, using stack and linked list. Okay, by these three methods we can implement the array. Okay, the easiest way to implement the queue is the using the array. Okay, in these methods, initially the head, that is the front, and the tail, that is the rear of the queue, points to the first index of the array. That is the starting index of the array is the 0 index. Okay, as we add elements to the queue, the tail keeps on moving ahead, always points to the position where the next element will be inserted, while the head remains at the first index, that is at the 0 index. Okay, this is the example. This is the array which has a whose size is 7, and at the first head and tail points to the first index, that is the 0 index of the add the element. As we added elements into the queue, the first element is added at the first position and the tail points to the next position where the next element to be added. The head is always points to the first index of the array and the tail moves to the forward as up to its array size. And to remove the elements, we have two approaches. This is the approach A and this is the approach B. In the first approach, we will remove the elements at the head position. Okay, in the approach A, we remove the element at head position and then one by one shift all the other elements in forward position. In the approach B, we remove the elements from head position and then move head to the next position. That is, in the approach B, as we are removing the elements, the head position is moving. That means when we are removing them, the size of the queue is reduced one at each time. Okay, as in the A approach A, there may be the overhead of the there may be the possibility for the overhead of shifting the elements. Okay, in the approach B, there is no such overhead occurs. By these two approaches, we can remove the elements. Okay, when we are working with queue, we can take the two pointers, that is the front and rear. Front tracks or points to the first element of the queue and rear track the last element of the queue. Initially these are set to the -1, that means the queue is empty. Okay, at initial stage, that is at first we have to assign these initialize these front and rear pointers to the -1. Okay, and next we learn about the algorithms for operations NQ, DQ and is empty, is full operations. Algorithm for the NQ operation. Okay, NQ means to add the elements into the queue. Okay, if the adding elements into the queue is called the NQ operation. At first we have to check if the queue is full or not. If the queue is full, in those situations we cannot add elements into the queue. If that is not full, then only we can add the elements. Next, for the first element, set value of front to 0. At first we have to set the front to the 0. If the queue is full, then print the overflow error or and exit the program. If the queue is full, then we cannot add elements into the queue. So it displays the message print overflow error. If the queue is not full, there is a availability to add the elements into the queue, then increase the rear index by 1. Okay, and add the element in the position pointed to by the rear. Okay, and rear moves up to the maximum size of the array, and head always points to the first index of the queue. And next, the algorithm for the DQ operation. DQing means deleting the elements from the queue or remove the elements from the queue. For this, check if the queue is empty or not. When we are removing the elements, we have to check for the emptiness of the queue. If the queue is empty, no need to remove the elements. So, if the queue is empty, then print the underflow error and exit the program. If it is not empty, then only we can remove. Then return the value pointed by the front, because we can only remove the elements from the front and we can add elements at the rear only. So return the value pointed by 1 and increase the front index by the 1. Okay, that is meaning moving the front position to the next elements. For the last element, reset the values of front and rear to the -1. That means the queue is emptied. Okay. Queue implementation using the array. When we are implementing using the array, the number of elements in the queue are fixed, because when we are using the array, for the array we have to declare the size of the array first. So first we have to fix the number of elements. So array size is to be declared first. Okay, and need is full operation to determine whether the queue is full or not. Is full operation to check the queue is full or not. Okay, when we are implementing the queue using the array, first create the array of size n. N is the size of the array, and take the two variables front and rear. Both will be initialized to 0, that is queue is currently empty. Okay, and element rear is the index up to the maximum size of the array. Okay, which the elements are stored in the array. Rear is the index where we can add the elements. Front is the index of the first element of the array. Always front points to the first element. Okay, this is the program. Here we are using the iostream.h, is declaring the namespace std and define the constant size to the 10. Okay, and class q. We are declared the array of A with size, that is the array size with 10 elements, and declare the two elements, two pointers, that is the rear and front. Rear is the tail, rear is for tail, and head, for head we have declared the front. Okay, first we have to initialize these rear and front to the -1. That means this is the constructor. Constructor is used to initialize the members of the class. So at first we have to declare the queue as the empty. So rear and front points to the initialized to -1. So queue is the empty. And after that, declare the functions what we are implementing in this program. We are implementing the enqueue function, dequeue and display function. Enqueue operation or function which takes the integer that is passed, that is to be added into the queue. And enqueue is to add the elements into the queue, and dequeue is to remove the data from the queue, and display to display the element, what are the elements in the queue. Okay, to add the data to the queue, we have to implement the enqueue function. So void queue, this is the class name, and enqueue, which takes the integer as the argument, and that passed argument is added into the queue. If front is equal to -1, that is if front is empty, then front is incremented. So front is pointed to the 0. First index is assigned to front. If rear is equal to size -1, that is size is the size of the array. Up to size -1, we can insert the elements into the array. Okay, for every array, if it is the n, if its size is n, then up to n-1 we can insert the elements. So however, here in this program we are declared the array size as the size. So up to size -1 we can insert the elements. If rear points to the size -1, then queue is full. It displays the message. Else, if that is not points to the end of the array, then only we can insert. Where is the rear position, that is incremented and assigned that a of plus plus rear. Increment one index position and assign the passed integer to that position. Like that, up to size -1 we can insert the elements into the queue. Okay, and next is the dequeue, which is to remove the data from the queue. We can remove the data from the queue from the front only. Front always points to the starting index of the array. Okay, return a plus plus front. Okay, at first it is point to the -1 and returns the always when we are dequeue the operation, it moves to the next pointer and returns the what is the element, what is the data at that position. Okay, this is for the removing the elements from the queue. And this is to display the elements of the queue. Okay, display, here we are taking one variable, that is the I for the loop variable. Up to front, front always points to the 0. Front is the head position and rear points to the tail position. Head to tail we can move, and I points to the up to next increment position, I plus plus. Okay, next I up to rear. See out a of I. What is at the I position, that elements is printed. This is for displaying the elements of the queue. And in the main function we created the queue class object queue dot enqueue. We are inserted the element 10 and next 100 and next 1000, next 1001 and 1002. How many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are inserted the elements, 5 elements. Okay, now the front is at 10 and next rear is at 1002. Okay, at 5th 0, 1, 2, 3, 4th position. Q dot dequeue, where the dequeue can be performed at front. So 10 is removed. Okay, next enqueue Q1003. Okay, now again after 102 we have the 1003. Okay, next Q dot dequeue, and next front position is at 100. So 100 is removed. Next dequeue. So next front position is 1000. So 1000 is removed. Next enqueue the 1004. Next it is added. Now we have the front 1001 and up to 10. When it is display Q dot display, front is at 1001 up to rear, that is the 1004. It displays the elements. Okay, like this we can implement the queue using the array. And this is the another method of implementing the queue using the array. Here we are implementing the isFull or isEmpty operations also. Okay, here we define the size as the 5 and we declare the array as the items with the size and 2 items, that is the front and rear, and front and rear points to the -1, that means queue is at first it is empty. Okay, for the isFull operation, isFull is checked when we want to add the elements into the queue. Okay, and isFull always returns the boolean value. Okay, if front is equal to 0 and rear points to the size -1, then return true. Okay, that means front is at 0 position and rear at the last position, then is full is true. Otherwise it returns the false. Depends on its true or false, the items are added into the queue. And is empty operation, this is to check the emptiness of the queue. It also returns either the true or false. If front is equal to -1, front is -1 means is empty is true, else return false. If the front points to the 0, 1 up to any number other than -1, it is not empty, means that there is a elements into the queue. So if front is -1, then only it is empty. Next, NQ operation. Void NQ. We are passing the element to insert the elements. If is full, then display the queue is full. Else, okay, if that is not full, okay, if it returns the false, that he entered into the else. If front is equal to -1, if front is pointed at the -1, then front is changed to the 0. So front points to the first index of the array. Then rear points to the next element, next index position. And items at rear positions, the passed element is added to the rear position. Okay, and inserted element is displayed. Like this we can add the elements into the queue. When we are adding elements, we are checking the is that is full or not. Okay, and DQ operation is to delete the elements from the queue. Okay, here we are declaring the one variable, that is the element which stores the returned element. If is empty, before deleting the elements we have to check is the queue is empty or not. If that is empty, no need to delete the elements. If is empty, if it is empty, then queue is empty and return -1. Else if it is not empty, then element is equal to items at front. What is the item at the front position is assigned to the element. If front greater than or equal to rear, up to front can be moved to the rear. Front is equal to -1 and rear is equal to -1. Okay, up to it can be changed up to front becomes front always must be the greater than or equal to the rear. Okay, next, else front plus. If it is not empty, then we are this can be checking when queue has only one element. So we reset the queue after deleting it. Okay, this can be this is for when and this else is for when the queue has one element. After that we are so we are resetting the queue after deleting it. Else front is ++1. At first it is the queue, what is the position of the front, that can be incremented and displayed the element that is in the element. Okay, element in variable that is displayed and return the element. Okay, and display function to display the elements in the queue. Okay, int I, if is empty, then empty queue. If is empty, then it displays the queue. Next, cout front index, which displays the front index of the front, which is in the front variable. And items, for items we are taking the one loop variable I. From front to rear it can be moved. Items of I up to rear it can be moved, and rear index is the rear. Okay, it is displayed. Here in the main function we are displaying the queue, and dq is not possible, q dot dq, because if at first the queue is empty, then dq is not possible. Okay, here we are adding elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. NQ, 5 elements are added. If you want to add the 6th element, okay, it displays the queue is full, and it q dot display displays the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then q dot dq 1 is removed. Now we have only 4 elements q dot display, then 2, 3, 4, 5 are displayed. Like this we can perform the dq and nq operations on the q. Okay, next we are implementing the queue using the array. It is the easiest way to implement the queue, but it has the drawbacks. Okay, that is the memory wastage. Memory waste. That is the memory wastage. Because the space of the array, which is used to store the elements, can never be reused to store the elements of that queue, because the elements can only be inserted at front, and the value front might be so high so that all the space before that can never be filled. Okay, this is the array whose size is 10. We are insert the elements one by one. We are removing. As we are removing, the front is moving forward. Okay, and these positions are deleted elements, but this is empty, but we never come back. Okay, and we cannot insert elements into. This is the memory wastage. As we up to 4, we are removed the 5 elements and we are at the 6th position, but 5 elements are deleted and this memory is wastage. Okay, this is the main drawback of the using the array. Okay, and next common problem with array is the size of the array, which declared in advance. We cannot change the size of the array after the declaration of the array. Okay, we cannot change at first. Only we have to specify the size of the array. After that we cannot modify or we cannot change that. That is the another drawback of the array implementation of the queue. Okay, as in this video we learn about the what is the queue and how to implement the queue using the array, and what are the drawbacks. Drawbacks of the array is the memory wastage, and at first we have to define the size of the array. That becomes the main drawback of the implementing the queue. Okay, thank you one and all.